What's up? Hello. Welcome to this week's tarot forecast. So, I have no theme planned today. We will just pick some cards and see what comes out. A lot of cards. It's too big of a chunk, but one card did. Oh, we have two cards that fell out. So, we have the Knight of Cups and we have the Six of Wands. So, interesting to me, the first thing I see when I look at these two cards is that they are both moving. This feels like a procession, like a parade, even because, especially because Six of Wands does traditionally sometimes can mean like a victory parade or like taking a victory lap. Sometimes I can think also of sometimes I personally think of a protest whenever I think of this card, especially wands being ideas and everyone kind of marching forward with their wands. So it kind of feels like if this is some type of parade or something that there's like a need to back up with emotion. Like if for instance you've recently had a big victory or you're rebelling in even some kind of way, like knowing that like behind all the passion is an emotion, because wands can traditionally represent fire, they represent passion. If we think about all of the fire signs in astrology and even the water signs, which cups represent water. So it's interesting, we have fire and water, both very emotionally heavy signs. Fire signs a little bit maybe more emotionally impulsive sometimes than a water sign, but a water sign I feel generally keeps the grudge that comes with an emotion longer. So yeah, it does feel like there's some kind of duality maybe popping up for you this week between rebelling or even having a victory or showing off your ideas and your talents, because wands represent ideas, but backing that up with an emotion or even identifying the emotion that is coming through. Because even when we think about I mean, neither of these horses are really like galloping, but if we think about water, especially this, like if their cup is full of water, that horse has to be very steady in order for the water not to, jumble all around and spill everywhere. So it might feel like if there's some spiciness this week, that there is an emotion maybe slowly creeping up after, and identifying the emotion that is coming up to like complete your parade or maybe like continue to move on, like to continue to move forward with the passion this week. Maybe there is some like reconciliation with an emotion that's coming up. I don't know. Let's see. Let's draw another card and see what comes up for this parade of, I feel like victory. I feel like maybe there's some rebellion, sure, but there's also victory. And interesting, we have 3 of Cups, which is generally a celebration, some type of victory. So yeah, I am feeling like this is like maybe a big win that has happened recently with this with these wands, 6 of Wands, and following it up with some type of emotion that'll help keep the party going. That's kind of what I hear, is like, you, in order to keep the party going, maybe there's like Mardi Gras vibes, I don't know, to keep the party going, you have to continue to look into yourself. And we have the Emperor in reversed. And the Emperor, it's interesting we're talking about fire because the Emperor is traditionally ruled by Aries, and Aries and Mars can be very impulsive. They can be very intense. They're the pioneer, they're the warrior. But with this being in reverse, it's kind of like setting those emotions aside, or setting that part of you aside in order to fully connect with maybe the slow and steady burn from an emotion that's going to help fuel you through whatever next chapter. Because you know the parade the parade can be over, but like the fun and the lasting of the parade, of the victory lap, can remain the same if you tune into the emotion that really is sustaining you. So the emotion of success, the emotion of fulfillment, satisfaction, surprise, like whatever's pushing you forward, tuning into that instead of fizzling out really quickly. Because with all of the tenacity and the vibrance that comes with Aries, they can get to the Emperor pretty quickly. They can really rise up to the top. But with this being in reverse, it feels like, you got that dog in you, but like put it to the side for a second and connect with your more emotional space. Because the next card we have that came out is Temperance. And Temperance if you notice, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land, 1 foot in the realistic quote unquote world, the 3D, and then 1 foot in their emotions in water. And they're tempering, they're making sure land and water match. They both are the same temperature, they both are the same consistency, they both have the same mix of things. So again, putting that tenacity and fire and that go energy of Aries aside and tuning more into temperance. It is really interesting because temperance is also ruled by a fire sign. It's traditionally ruled by Sagittarius, which is interesting because Sagittarius, I feel, is the oldest, quote unquote, of the 3 fire signs. It goes Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And so it is interesting that with this being reversed, it's asking you, let's step away from this like young, fun, vibrant Aries energy for a second and tune into the more wise approach that a Sagittarius can have. Especially when you think of Sagittarius as the ruler of philosophy, of learning, of teaching, of public relations. So interacting with the world as a whole and making sense of the world through exploration. It's kind of like a stopping on your path, because if we look at the back of this card, there is a path to the sun, and anytime we see the sun in tarot, it's a positive omen. So like you are like continuing to be on the path of victory, but stopping, smelling the flowers, looking at the sun, tempering what's going on internally, what's going on externally, so you can make sure they're together as you ride on into, you know, the sun on your journey. Making sure you check in with your mental beliefs, with what direction you're going, where are you pointing your arrow. And it's funny that Sagittarius is here too, or that we have so many horses, because Sagittarius is a centaur, is a partial horse. And so it is interesting that we have that. And the other thing about Sagittarius is that it takes time. Like Sagittarius, like you can't know all of the secrets of the world as an Aries, because you're still the baby. Like you have to grow and you have to evolve into a sign that knows that the world takes time and it takes time to learn everything. And so taking a break to balance out what you know so then you can continue to learn is also really, really important. That's something that's really coming up. Interesting. We have the knight, another horse. We have the knight of pen. I'm not going to keep this, but it was turned over in the deck. As I was shuffling, we have the knight of pentacles. Another horse is really interesting, but the thing, it's interesting. I was just talking about Sagittarius about taking time, because the thing about the pentacles are the slowest moving of any of the tarot cards, because if we think of pentacles, they represent earth, and earth can take a very long time to, you know, grow and move forward. And there's a lot of things happening underground, you know, if we think about the root system about earth before we even like see a plant arise, you know, visually for us through the crust. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. But so I'm going to put this card back in the deck, and if it falls back out, it falls back out. But there's something just like a extra reminder of like, things take time and things bubble up beneath the surface. Things grow beneath the surface before they can, you know, grow outwardly and really bloom and fully flower. So let's see if we have any more cards coming out of here. Otherwise, I will move on to my next deck. Too many cards. All right. So no more cards out of here. No more Knight of Pentacles. I actually am just going to pull some plain playing cards. This is actually the way I learned to read tarot, was through playing cards, and I saw them and I was like, you know what? Let's see if any cards come out. Interesting. So we have the 9 of Diamonds, also known as the 9 of Pentacles. We were just talking about Pentacles taking a long time, but the 9 of Pentacles traditionally is confidence, a lot of confidence. It's a bright yellow card. There's a person with a cape full of grapes or pomegranates, traditionally meaning abundance, wealth, being well fed, and they have like a bird on their arm or something like that. There's a bird somewhere. I don't remember if it's on its shoulder, but it's a bird somewhere on the card, on the person on the 9 of Pentacles, and the bird represents like being able to control nature and the environment and what's around us, and being able to like hope, because the bird's eyes are covered. There's, you know, like how those hawks have a thing on them. You know what I mean? They got a thing over their eyes or something. I don't know. Again, I'm not a bird person. I'm not a bird caller, but it's kind of like being able to hone in on your shadow side, your light side, having command over things around you. And even if we think about a bird, birds fly up and they have like a 10,000, foot view of earth and what's going on, and being able to control that and being able to hone that in. So maybe that's just also another message of like the confidence is coming and the confidence is here, but the confidence comes from recognizing right now how you're successful. I'm feeling like a present tense, like being mindful of how you are present, or how you're present, but like how you're being taken care of, how you're being successful, how you're finding fulfillment, satisfaction, all of those things in the present moment. That the bird image is really coming to me with this 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. So lastly, we have some quantum human design cards. Let's see what gate or center is coming alive for us this week, or whenever you decide to read this tarot card. Like always, a card fell on the floor, so I will get it. So we have 2 cards. We have Gate 20, Patience, coming out of the throat center, going down towards the splenic center, so heading down towards our intuition. And then we have Insight coming out. My lights are like really, I don't know how to coming out of the ajna center. It's coming out of the middle of the bottom of the ajna. And it's really interesting that we have Patience and Insight, because if we think about Temperance, taking a break, with Sagittarius, the patience of knowing everything all at once and knowing that that takes time, and gaining insight. Sagittarius is all about insight. So there is something about gaining insight around what fuels you to continue to win and continue to have success. So I will read the affirmations out of the book for these. Affirmation for patience is: I am in flow of perfect timing. I listen to my intuition. I prepare. I gather the experience, resources, and people I need to support my ideas and my principles. When I am ready, I wait patiently, knowing that the right timing is the key to transforming the world. My alignment with right timing increases my influence and my power. Again, taking a step back. Some further contemplations are: how do I manage my need for action? Am I patient? Again, that Aries, that Emperor in reverse, like putting aside that Aries naivete, that Aries like childlike wonder and excitement and exuberance and passion, putting that to the side and stepping into Sagittarius, a little bit more patient, a little bit more wise, a little bit more bigger picture. Do I trust in divine timing? Do I trust my intuition? What needs to be healed, released, aligned, and brought to my awareness for me to trust my intuition and to trust your journey forward? Interesting. So now we will go to Gate 43, Insight. The affirmation for Gate 43, Insight: I am a vessel of knowledge and wisdom that has the ability to transform the way people think. I share my knowledge with others when they are ready and vibrationally aligned with what I have to share. With the right time, I have the right words and the right insights to help others expand their thinking, recalibrate their mindset, and discover the elegant solutions that challenge. Nope. Okay. Recalibrate their mindset and discover the elegant solutions to the challenges facing humanity. Do I trust divine timing? Again, is another one for this. Do I trust myself and my own inner knowing? What can I do to deepen my connection with my source of knowing? Interesting, because water can sometimes be knowledge. And that's really interesting, knowledge, and tempering that knowledge and tempering that with your experience. What needs to be healed, released, what needs to be healed, released, aligned, or brought to my awareness for me to trust my own inner knowing? Interesting. And even if you don't have these gates defined in the Human Design Center, we all experience the energy of every single one of these gates, whether it be through our definition or through our own transits or through transits. So knowing that like you have the ability to, really impact people's minds, and you have the ability to really trust in timing and trust in that own source of inner knowing for you. So I hope this was helpful. Leave in the comments any interpretations, any ahas, oh no's, anything like that. I love hearing about them, and I love learning how this resonates for other people. Like the video if you like the video. It helps the channel grow. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye.